It is a real privilege and a real pleasure to listen to Mary Robinson and to have the opportunity also to express our gratitude for everything you're doing, your contribution to speed up the positive change. Mary Robinson.
Muchas gracias, I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. For Emisión Cero, our program is dedicated to the promotion and information of sustainability in Radio Internacional de España. We would like to hear from you your opinion about the following idea. We see you are a very positive person, and should we think that we're living a moment of hope in this civilization, human civilization, that we are just learning how to walk at the present moment? Only 70 years since we decided to recognize the human rights. Only 70 years that we came all together, so we don't kill each other as we did in the last century. And now protect the human rights for everybody, and even as the first sustainable goal, eradicate poverty. Are we going to see this in this generation? Is this possible? We should have this hope, Mary?
I think it's very important to have hope. I also think it's very important to be realistic about the fact that we're not on course at the moment for a safe world because of the existential threat of climate change. It's a very serious threat, and it can undermine all the human rights that we have protected over the last 70 years with treaties, with covenants, with the work of special rapporteurs and others. This is a bumpy time also politically. We have a lot of populism, nationalism of a sort that isn't appropriate for our world, where we need to understand that some problems have to be dealt with at a global level with global multilateral solutions. And I'm a great believer that, yes, it's important to make the right decisions at local level and national level, but it's really important to work together, as we did with the Paris Climate Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals Agenda, the 2030 agenda with its 17 Sustainable Development Goals. I've been very pleased that here in this forum we've talked about coal and health, the fact that it has caused such health problems that we haven't factored in. We just see coal as having helped us to get energy, but actually there's been a very big price, and now we have to move to get out of coal and to have renewable energy and get that energy also to the billion people who never switched the switch for electricity, get them the off-grid gadgets that will change their lives.
Energy is fundamental to the development of human civilization, and also to step into a really good one, as we all want. We have learned that this source of energy that we have based our development, the massive combustion of fossil fuels, is bad for us. It's bad for the people.
Our health in particular,
and it's harming also the life in Earth as we know it.
Yeah. And also of the most vulnerable, of children and of the elderly in particular, and that's also something we should bear in mind.
But the good thing is that we have an alternative and an opportunity, and the technology is mature enough to change it. We can do it. We need regulations for that.
We do, and I'm glad to see that there is a draft climate law which has cross-party support, I understand, in Spain. And I hope that after your elections, whatever government I can't say anything about your elections, but I hope that Spain will continue along this path of good legislation on climate, and know that it will not only help health but also jobs. That's where the jobs are going to be in the future. And we have children now who are giving us good example of caring so much that they even go on strike from school. And they understand that their future is not being protected, and they're looking to us, the adults in the world, to make sure we protect them.
You did a lot in Ireland, you and your people, to show us that it is possible. And now you're almost independent from fossil fuels. We can produce all our energy from renewables.
So I have to say, Ireland has some time to make up on climate change. We pride ourselves on tackling hunger and helping developing countries. We need to do more ourselves. And I think at least we now recognize, and to recognize and to admit that we need to change is the first step. And I think, as I said, I say three things to all audiences now. Do something personally that you really acknowledge that climate change is something all of us have to take seriously. I've become a pescatarian. I don't eat fish anymore. Secondly, get angry with those with more responsibility. governments and business, and use your vote, use your voice, march if you need to, but get active on the side of good climate policy. And thirdly, imagine this good world where we'll be healthier, it will be more equal, there'll be good jobs for young people, and it's a world that we have to get to quite rapidly. So we have to want to get there and imagine it and see it. And architects and cultural institutions can also help us.
Isn't it just fantastic to listen to this lady? Thank you very much. Just to conclude, a wish. We came together along the United Nations to build up a better world for everybody, not for only for a few, for everybody. There is no poverty in many places. There was in Ireland, there was in Spain, so we can eradicate it everywhere. And perhaps, I don't know if your wish is linked to that, to become united and to get rid of things like Brexit and things like that we're listening.
No,
So,
I'm not going to go there.
Right.
But I do agree that we need to be hopeful and we need to want a fairer, just world. And I'm now chair of the elders that Nelson Mandela brought together. He was the most extraordinary man I have ever met. It's a great honour to try to help fulfil his legacy of forgiveness, of wanting a fair, just world and a world of peace and human rights. And that's what we struggle for every day.
Our real pleasure. Thank you very much.